I'm back. Rudrance for our Black and White Network. Well, I didn't see this coming, but evidently I haven't been paying close enough attention because about a week ago, Stephen A. Smith was on with Sean Hannity. And I'm wondering, is Stephen A. Smith back to doing his Fox News hits? Because years ago, Stephen A. Smith, that's right, the very vocal pundit over at ESPN, their highest paid employee over at the Marxist ESPN of China, as we like to call it on the sports channel. He used to go on Fox News a lot. So did Bill Maher back in the day. They would go on a lot with Bill O'Reilly and guys like that, and Bill Maher is supposed to be coming back to Fox News, I saw. But long story short, Stephen A., he's biting a bullet, and he's went on there, and he said some interesting things because it's clear he's not a fan of Eric Adams' current New York crime situation, and he's not a fan of Gavin Newsom and his policies either in California. I find this interesting. Now, Stephen A. Smith wants to eventually be this huge late-night star, okay, in the same way that, well, Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon were supposed to be at some point, and I guess to a certain side of the country, they're still the folks, even though Gutfeld's dragging them all in the street by the ratings. But Stephen A. Smith was always more of a moderate. He always was, which has sort of been baffling with the way he has handled things since the George Floyd incident. When George Floyd happened, it was like Stephen A. Smith just opened up a box and nothing but a bunch of race-baited wokeness just started spilling out. And it made no sense. He was always a more moderate voice. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You're starting to see some of these people try to steer back in the other direction. I don't think. Look, I give him some credit for going on Fox News, but look, Jesse Waters ain't afraid of him either. But Stephen A's part of the problem. He is. He's absolutely part of the problem because he's got such a big voice. And so many misinformed voters will listen to him. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, if he will not go out there and speak the truth, then he is absolutely part of the problem. So I can't give him a lot of credit for even this. But yeah, at least he is not a fan of some of the things going on out there right now. This is Outkick. ESPN host Stephen A. Smith appeared on Fox News with Jesse Waters tonight. Yes, that Stephen A. Smith from First Take joined that Jesse Waters from The Five. Smith is doing a media tour for his new podcast that delves into both politics and culture and that landed him with Waters in primetime. I hope Waters keeps bringing him on. I want to see these two tie off. I don't watch ESPN anymore at all, but I'd like to see them tie off. I would, regularly. During the segment, Smith warned the country of being, quote, extremely progressive in its agenda amid the crime wave in blue cities across, he says the county, but I'm sure it's supposed to be the country. Who is this? Bobby Burack, I think. Quote, there is no question that a lot of these issues need to be addressed. There is no question that we should be against an extremely progressive agenda that's calling for people to be released from prison on multiple occasions, that's ignoring a lot of the crime that's taking place on the streets. Smith jokingly told Waters if he became president, a running bit on his program, that he would be, quote, big time against crime. You know my fear on that and just hearing it? So was Eric Adams. Eric Adams got elected because he said he was going to be tough on crime as an ex-member of law enforcement. And it's been nothing but a Democrat, radical, leftist agenda when it's come to crime. Okay, he can't come out and occasionally make these comments slamming crime and just let it continue to happen. Okay, you're not doing nothing. All right, you're as bad as the last guy, de Blasio, right? Later, Smith complained about the homelessness in L.A. and the lack of effectiveness from California Governor Gavin Newsom. Quote, I was in L.A. last week, and I saw the homelessness that existed. I got an issue with that. Certainly, when you look at Gavin Newsom and some of his policies that he's put forth, you're talking about a lot of different things that need to be addressed. Smith did disagree with Waters on his stance for Kamala Harris. However, according to Smith, she's a very smart woman who doesn't get a chance to show herself off. Quote, believe it or not, I think she's a highly intelligent woman who unfortunately doesn't have the opportunity to showcase it. Of course, that is not true. Nonetheless, props to Stephen A. Smith for going on the show. He did the same thing on Friday on Sean Hannity's Fox News program. Yeah, I mean, Sean Hannity has a decent relationship with Stephen A. Smith. Most of these people do, actually. They just don't make it real public. And yeah, former ESPN, I don't know if Josina Anderson, I don't think she's with ESPN anymore. She's woke as hell. And last night, she tweeted this out, or actually she tweeted it out from the other day with this picture of Stephen A. Smith and Sean Hannity together. And of course, keeping my mouth shut. All right. I mean, and it's just ridiculous on here. You know, the first person in this says, wow, we can't have a friend from different political perspectives. Y'all are what divides this country more and more every day. And of course, somehow they had to drag Whitlock into this too. You know, Jason Whitlock telling Stephen A. Smith to get the hell off his corner. So, you know, Whitlock's very conservative. I love Jason Whitlock. I mean, he's extremely conservative. Unapologetic, Jason Whitlock. Stephen A. Smith is unapologetic. I give him some credit for going on, and I give him some credit for vocalizing some things, because look, they will come after him for this. Now, I can tell you right now, Stephen A. Smith feels like he can't be canceled. I hate to break it to him. All of his wokeness and all of his race-baiting propaganda he's thrown out there for the last 2 years or 3 years, the woke mob will go right after him, and they won't think twice. We see it all the time. They go after their own. They chase their own. They'll dog their own out. And frankly, I'm here for it. If they want to eat each other alive, that's great. They hate Bill Maher. They hate Joe Rogan, okay? And this is people they just championed 3 years ago. And now somebody like Bill Maher is a racist. You know, I mean, that is the side of the party on the other side that is the real problem. I don't know. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Stephen A., he doesn't like Gavin Newsom's policies. He doesn't like Eric Adams' crime. Why would anybody? But do you buy it? Or is he just saying all the right things? When it comes to Kamala Harris, too, he said that he thought she was very smart, but he did not absolve her of her own accountability for the job she's done. And he also believes that he didn't come out and say Joe Biden is the problem, but he certainly sort of he did insinuate it. He said what's going on around her is causing her issues. I don't believe that, and I don't agree with it. She is totally incompetent, and she was given that job based on race and gender alone, not qualifications. So, anyway, don't believe she's not qualified? Call Willie Brown. I don't know. I'm guessing that's how she might got her way to the top. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Make sure you use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word will get you 25% off. Go get them right now.